Hello, 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 and once again, welcome back to the Lisper Podcast. I'm sorry I still don't have an introduction yet. I will get my introduction done soon. I will. I promise y'all I will get my introduction done soon, but I'm here. The co-host, as always, is here. Co-host is here. The co-host is in the building, and the co-host has already made his contributions. There's Macho Man. The Decepticons are all here, all lined up. There's an Autobot here, but we ain't gonna talk about them. But the Decepticons is all here. My defense team is all here in the back. Freddy's here. Say hey, Freddy. And as always, my man Kobe's up there. Y'all see him, Kobe. He's always here with me. Love you, Kobe. Okay. And so let me get a sip on. Hmm. Okay. So today's episode is called Unshielded. That's right. Today's episode is called Unshielded, and it is because I'm talking about boxing great female boxer, the girl who calls herself the GOAT. Well, I ain't gonna say calls herself the GOAT. That might be disrespectful. Everybody calls her the GOAT. That's her fans. I mean, is she the GOAT? Is she the GOAT? Um, that's a question for other people to answer. But she calls herself the GOAT, and I'm gonna say, yeah, I call her the GOAT too. Even though I don't believe she's the GOAT, but I'll call her the GOAT. But anyway, hold on. But anyway, yeah, and I call it Unshielded because Claressa Shields, even though her last name is Shield, is not shielding herself. She's not shielding herself from the criticism. She's not shielding herself from none of the things that she's going through. And so I decided to play on words and call this shit Unshielded. Now, first of all, look. When she first came out, not came out, when she first started debuting doing her Olympic shit, I bigged her up. I bigged her up. I was like, yo, look at this girl, the Olympic girl, Claressa Shields. I call her Claressa because that's how her name is spelled. And I've heard people call her Claressa, but then I hear a lot of people calling her Clarissa, and she don't correct them, but her name is Claressa. That's how it's spelled. But Clarissa's with an I, but I don't care. I'm saying Claressa because that's how it's spelled. And I've heard her say Claressa herself, and I've heard other people say Claressa. So that's what I'm going with. But when she first came out, I was bigging her up. I was like, yo, this girl, she went in Olympic boxing. You know, I liked her. I was like, she's doing big things. You know, I was proud of her. I was proud of her. She was like, maybe like my little sister. You know what I'm saying? I was like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. And I always big up women. I always big up women. So before y'all say, oh, you be tearing them down, before y'all go off of my reels and my little videos I'll be making about her, it's all fun. It's all fun. It's easy to tease people and stuff like that, but I'll just be fucking around though. But for real, I have the utmost respect for the craft. I have an utmost respect for boxing. I have an utmost respect for the shit that she does. And like I said, she's considered the GOAT by many people. She's considered the GOAT by herself. She's considered the GOAT by a lot of fans. And I mean, it's reasonable. It's reasonable to say she's the GOAT because I mean she's a multi-division world champion boxer. She's the first female or male to win Olympic gold medals 2 times. I think she won one, what, 2012, 2016. So she won 2 Olympic gold medals. Um, she's the undisputed heavyweight champion. Wait, oh, she's the only boxer male or female to win consecutive. It's consecutive, which means she won back to back in 2014. I mean, 2016, 2012. She won back to back Olympic gold medals. Boxing, tearing it up. She's the only fighter, male or female, to be undisputed, the undisputed champion in what? 3 different weight classes in the 4 belt era. So since they had the 4 belt era, she's the only person that's won and became the undisputed champion, which means all 4 belts in all the weight classes. We know what that means, okay? Um, she's got world titles in 5 divisions. She was a fighter of the year. Let's see what else she got. She's Pan American Games, she won the gold medal. World Championships, she won 2 gold medals. USA Boxing, she won 2 gold medals for Olympics. She was 2015 Female Athlete of the Year. She's a 5 division world champ. I said that she was the fastest to win undisputed titles in 3 divisions, faster than anybody else. She's got an undefeated professional record. Okay, she's won an SB award. She's won a BSWAA award for Fighter of the Year 2 times. Okay, so she's got some accomplishments. She's got some accomplishments. And she's undefeated as a professional. Nobody has beaten her as a professional. So I mean, okay, go woke. Okay, do your thing, do your big one. Nobody's questioning her boxing skills. Nobody's questioning her talent. Nobody's questioning her place in boxing. But let's get to the GWOAT conversation. Let's just get to that. She's a GWOAT because she's accomplished more in women's boxing than any other woman. And I can handle that. But in my opinion, and it's just me, in my opinion, it's more than that because you don't have to change divisions to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Like you got guys like Mike Tyson, who they consider one of the greatest boxers of all time. You got guys like Muhammad Ali and those kind of guys who they consider the greatest boxer of all time. You got Lennox Lewis. You got the Klitschko's. You got guys that were just heavyweights and stayed heavyweights and won and dominated their heavyweight division, and they are considered some of the greatest of all time. So you don't have to switch divisions to become great. Excuse me. So yeah, it's an accomplishment. Yeah, it's an achievement. Yeah, it's a great thing. And yeah, she's the only one who done it on that level and became undisputed at that level. But I'm just like, it don't have to. That's not the end all be all on asserting somebody's greatness. Being undisputed is though. I think that you have to be undisputed because, like for me, just me, I'm not the champ of shit if somebody else is the champ of that shit. Okay, there's only one champion. There's only one of the best in my world, in my division. So if I'm a boxer and I'm a heavyweight boxer and there's 4 belts out there, I gotta have all 4 of them. I gotta have all 4 of them. You can't be claiming to be the heavyweight champion of the world and somebody else claiming to be the heavyweight champion of the world. No, hell to the motherfucking no. So in that case, yes, you have to be undisputed. If you want to claim yourself to be the GOAT of anything, you have to be undisputed. In the NFL, there's only one champion. There's only one champion. Okay? In all sports, mostly, there's only one champion. If you win that championship, you the champ. You the champ. But in boxing, there's 4 belts out there. And yeah, I gotta unify those. I gotta unify those because I gotta be undisputed. I don't want nobody saying you're one of the world heavyweight champions. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm not one of the world heavyweight champions. I am the world heavyweight champion, and that's it. So when so when they say undisputed, yeah, you got to be undisputed. That means that anybody that got a belt, I'm going for that. I'm going for that. I'm going for that. If you're a heavyweight champion and I'm a heavyweight champion, I'm going for that. You got to run them belts. So I do commend her for that. Now, the GOAT argument for me is kind of like, okay, you're in it. You're in a GOAT argument, but can we put Katie Taylor in the GOAT argument? Can we? Can we put Amanda Serrano in the GOAT argument? Because I'm gonna say this. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor's 2 fights than anything I've ever seen Claressa Shields do in the ring. And I'm not talking about her skills. I'm not talking about her skills wise. I'm talking about as far as like fights are concerned. When I watch boxing matches, I watch boxing fights. 2 of the greatest female fights I ever seen was Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano twice. Those are the 2 greatest female boxing fights that I ever seen in my life. So when I see performances like that by 2 women like that went to war and been in those kind of things, it's kind of like, it's kind of like the Mike Tyson effect, right? Mike Tyson was a great boxer. People say he was a great boxer, but I've never seen Mike have a great fight. I've never seen Mike Tyson in a great fight. That's why I can't put Mike Tyson as my GOAT, a man's boxing. And that's why I did my podcast called Delusional, because a lot of people were delusional about Mike, but Mike didn't have no great fight. Mike didn't have no great fights. Let's look at his losses. When he lost to Holyfield, them fights wasn't great. The first one, Holyfield headbutting and all this shit, headbutting, holding, all of that shit that they said he was doing, blah, blah, blah. Second one, Mike Tyson biting him and getting disqualified, all of that shit. Those fights wasn't great. Look at Mike's fight with Buster Douglas. That wasn't no great fight. Wasn't no great fight. Buster's ass. Look at his fight with Lennox Lewis. Wasn't no great fight. I mean, I guess he had a good fight with Razor Ruddock. I guess he had some great fights with Razor Ruddock. I think his fight with Ray the Ruddock was great fights, but you know what I mean. Mike dominated, but it wasn't great. Wasn't great. Mike doesn't have. I don't have a pinnacle. What I don't have like a Mike Tyson performance that I can go. That's the Mike we like. That's the Mike. That's the greatest of all time. And I don't have a Claressa Shields performance like that either. You know, but I do have Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. I do have those fights, and I'm telling you right now, those are the kind of fights that I wanna see. But she has a claim to it, and they don't have a definitive claim to be better than her. Like Katie Taylor doesn't have a definitive claim to say I'm better than Claressa Shields. Amanda Serrano don't have a definitive claim to say she's better than Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields is undefeated. They've lost fights before. You know what I'm saying? Who else is there? I mean, Alicia Baumgartner. I mean, she. I don't know if she can make a claim to be the GOAT because she don't have that fight neither that I can be like, okay, Alicia. You know what I mean? She did do a 12-round 3-minute round fight, and she did look good in it. She did look good in it. She looked dominating, but I feel like she could have took that opponent out. I feel like she should have took her out, and she didn't. In the 12th round, you know, it was a dominating fight. And when you dominate a fight that bad, when you are literally beating the shit out of somebody, they shouldn't last to the 12th round. And they especially ain't gonna be throwing no punches back. In the 12th round, the homegirl was fighting her back, so I was just like, Then we have Franchon, who's fighting Claressa again, and we'll see about that. And then we have who's the other? Shadeja Green. Shadeja Green, you can't really make a claim to be the greatest of all time either. I mean, like, y'all not on Claressa's level, and I'm not saying y'all can't beat her in a fight. I'm just saying with her accomplishments, what she's done, and who she is as a person, I don't think that these other boxers are on her level to make the claim to the being the GOAT. But I do, and hear me out, I do think that the GOAT, in my own personal opinion, belongs to one woman and one woman only, and that woman is Miss Laila Ali. Miss Laila Ali. And I'm sorry, but I watched Laila fight, and I'm not seeing nothing. I'm not seeing nothing right now that these women, female boxers, are doing that Laila couldn't do. I'm not seeing nothing right now that tells me that one of these women could have beat prime Laila Ali. I'm not. And that includes Claressa. Now, look, Claressa was talking all of that big shit, talking about Laila Ali, talking about she's a GOAT, talking about she wanted to fight Laila Ali. She got up $15 million to fight Laila Ali, all of that shit, right? And it was bullshit from the jump for me. I was like, Laila, don't do that. Laila, don't fight Claressa. What does Laila Ali got to come back and fight Claressa Shields for? It don't do nothing for women's boxing. It don't do nothing for Claressa Shields. It don't do nothing for Laila Ali. And everybody was like, oh, it's going to do something for the women's boxing. It's going to do numbers. It's going to bring people to it. It's going to be... Jake Paul did that. Jake Paul put a women's card, all women's card on Netflix. 15 million people watching women's boxing on Netflix. Jake Paul did that. So why do we have to play this game where we got to bring back Laila Ali? We got to make it a rivalry. We got to play all these antics to bring eyes to the sport, man. That ain't cool. I felt like the Laila Ali Claressa Shields fight was going to destroy women's boxing. And let me tell you why I feel like it would destroy women's boxing. Because here's my problem. Claressa Shields is the GOAT. The GOAT. Claressa Shields is winning in every division. And so, are you telling me that a 47, 48-year-old Laila Ali, who's been retired for over 10 years or more, is the draw? Is the draw? Is that not embarrassing? That's embarrassing to me. It's like, we got Katie Taylor here, we got Amanda Serrano here, we got Alicia Baumgartner here, we got Shadeja Green, we got Franchon Cruz, we got you, Claressa, and we got to go bring back a woman who's been retired for over a decade, who's in her late 40s to fucking get eyes on the sport, to fucking bring in the draw, to fucking be the marquee person on the card. No, bro. No, that's embarrassing in itself to think that. And then let's go with the other part of the embarrassment. Laila Ali comes back And let's just say Layla Ali definitively beats Claressa. Let's just say she puts Claressa on her fucking back. What does that do for women's boxing? That destroys women's boxing, because if y'all saying Claressa is the GOAT, Claressa is the best, Claressa is the top notch, the 100% number one woman in women's boxing right now, and Layla Ali, 10 years out, more than 10 years out, 20 years out, a little bit, maybe something like that. Layla Ali, who's been retired for years and years and years and years and is old, could come back and beat y'all biggest star up, can come back and knock out the number one boxer in women's boxing. Layla Ali can do that after being away from the ring and being old. That tells me women's boxing ain't shit. We already think y'all ain't shit. Not me. I watch it, but I'm saying, like, the reason why women's boxing is not being watched because people don't respect these women as boxers and stuff. They think they ain't shit. It's kind of like men don't really care about women's boxing and women don't care about sports at all, for real. I'm convinced, but I mean, some women do. I'm not gonna say all women, but for the majority of women, they're not in it like that. They're not in it like that, right? So if Layla knocks Claressa out, it destroys women's boxing. It says, hey, look, a lot of people don't like y'all. A lot of people don't watch. A lot of people think y'all corny. A lot of people think it's a boring sport, or whatever the case may be. For whatever reason why these people don't watch now, you just solidified it. You just solidified it. You ain't bringing no more eyes to the table. You brought eyes to the table for that one fight, and now they're like, well, we ain't watching this shit no more. These bitches can't fight. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say these bitches can't fight. Old ass Layla Ali came back after all these years and beat their top bitch up. They can't fight. So it was going to destroy women's boxing. As far as I was concerned, it was going to destroy women's boxing. Yeah, there may have been fucking 50 million viewers for that one fight. But after that, who's watching again? Who's watching? Nobody's going to give a fuck about Claressa Shields. If she's the top-notch thing, nobody's going to give a fuck about her. Nobody's going to care. And then what do we do then? Is Layla going to be still boxing? Is Layla going to come back? Is Layla going to drop down in weight classes? Is Alicia Bumgarner going to go, hey, Layla, I can beat you? Is Layla going to fight Shadeja Green, Savannah Marshall? Is Layla going to drop down and fight Katie Taylor, Amanda Seriano? Is we going to be watching Layla go on an old-ass world tour? Is Layla going to be like my man Big George Foreman? All of those questions, but none of it don't sound good to me. And then what happens if Claressa beats Layla? What happens? What does that do for women's boxing? Nothing. It don't do nothing for women's boxing, because all people are going to say is she shouldn't have been boxing in the first place. And Layla don't even have to win the fight to embarrass Claressa. Don't even have to win the fight to embarrass Claressa. If Claressa can't put Layla down, if Claressa couldn't put Layla down or definitively whoop Layla's ass, it's still going to be the same embarrassment. They're going to be like, what? Claressa, Layla won 9 rounds with you, 10 rounds with you, whatever round she won with you, and she looked good. And you were supposed to be the number one? No, I felt like that was going to embarrass the sport. And I don't feel like Layla Ali was ducking any smoke. And I don't feel like Layla Ali ever had intentions on fighting Claressa Shields. Like when they was like, oh, they said, oh, Layla didn't put her money where her mouth is. Shut the fuck up. Layla Ali never said, oh, if y'all give me 15 million, I'm going to fight her. She said, yo, give me 15 million and I consider it, right? Now, Layla was being smart. She was being smart. She was talking out of the side of her motherfucking mouth. Claressa even said it. I think she was trying to price the fight out. She definitely was trying to price the fight out. Layla was saying, yo, I don't got nothing to prove. I don't have no reason to come back and fight this girl. I'm doing big things in my own life. I still look good, still smell good, still fuck good, still everything good. I'll put that fuck in there. She ain't saying nothing about fucking. I'll put that in there because I'm just, I assume she fuck good. She look like she fuck good. Hey, Layla, where you at? I'll let your boy. I'm here. It's like, no, none of that. But anyway, so Layla had no reason to do it, and Layla just threw that number out there because that's unheard of. That's unheard of for a woman's boxing purse. 15 million, that's unheard of for a woman's boxing purse. So she was just like, I'll do it for 15 mil. Like, what the fuck? And there's a lot of things that a lot of people do for 15 mil, but she just threw it out there like, I consider it whatever. I'll have a conversation. And Claressa ran with that. Layla, we got you 15. And I was mad at Claressa for that too. Because how disrespectful is that? You have Shadeja Green. You have Savannah Marshall. You have Alicia Baumgartner. You have Serrano. You have Katie Taylor. You have yourself. You have all of these female boxers that are out here boxing for a living and not making no kind of money like that. And you go out and get $15 million to pay old ass, retired ass, been going retired ass, Layla Ali. Get that purse up for you. Get that purse up for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I also felt that it was embarrassed because no promoter, okay? There's nobody in women's boxing that would agree to a $15 million purse for any of y'all. For any of y'all. Not even you, Miss Kubo, not even you, Claressa. No boxing promoter would agree to a $15 million purse for you to fight anybody. Because your deal is $8 million. What is it, a 3-fight deal? You got a 3-fight deal for $8 million and you got a rap too. You got to make some music and box 3 fights for an $8 million deal. But you got $15 million for 1 fight and you acting like they're not willing to pay that for you. They was willing to pay that for Layla Ali. Think about it. They was willing to pay that for Layla Ali. And everybody that said, no, they wanted to see Claressa fuck her up. They was willing to pay for Claressa to fight. Well, they not willing to pay that for Claressa to fight nobody else. So Layla Ali is still the star of the fucking show, and it's disrespectful. It's like, why does this old woman who's coming out of retirement garner more attention and more money than the go woke? Or than all of these other women that's in the rankings that's trying to come up? So I was pissed off at the whole situation between Layla Ali and Claressa, and I didn't blame Layla for what she said, and I don't blame Claressa for what she said. And even look. When you a boxer, man, you are supposed to spit that game, talk that shit. You're supposed to spit that game, talk that shit, and I'm an advocate for spitting that game, talking that shit. That's all I do. So if I was a boxer, yeah, too. If I was a boxer right now, yeah, I'd be like, man, Muhammad Ali wasn't better than me. I'll beat his ass. Mike Tyson can't lace my boots. I would say all that kind of shit too. I would say all that kind of shit, but for real, I'm really trying to promote a fight with these motherfuckers. No, man. No, if I said that kind of shit and Mike Tyson answered me, if I was a boxer right now, heavyweight boxer, and I said, yo, I'll beat Mike Tyson ass, Mike Tyson ain't shit, Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson answered me, I would go sit down with Mike Tyson, man, sit your old ass down, man. That ain't what it is, Mike. Like, Mike, first of all, you don't want none of this. Second of all, man, ain't nobody trying to fight you, man. I'm just saying that nobody better than me. That's it. All I'm saying is nobody better than me. And Mike, I'm sorry, but that includes you, my nigga. That includes you. And that's what Claressa should have said. She should have been like, look, I believe that I'm better than Layla Ali. I believe I'm the go woke, and that's it. But to be like, yo, I'll rumble Layla, to try to promote a fight with her, that's a little much. That was outrageous. And now look, like I said, Claressa gets bad mouthed a lot. And some of it she deserves and some of it she don't deserve. But look, if you don't like it, you don't want to be involved in it, you don't want people to do it, stop answering. Stop answering it because you are the one that's going to look bad every time you answer the shit. Now, before I go into the Remy and Papoose and Claressa situation, I'm going to go into this. Claressa was being called ugly. Ugly. People was calling her Clarence. People was calling her ugly. People were saying she looked like a man. All kinds of shit like that. Now, not me, because I'll never want to insult a woman about her looks. I never want to say stuff like that unless I know her personally and I'm joking. But in reality, I'm not going to get on this thing and go, oh, shit, y'all see Claressa? She ugly as shit. Y'all see it? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to call her Clarence. I don't want nobody doing that to my daughters. I don't want nobody doing that to my kids. I don't want that nobody doing that to women in general. So I'm not going to do that. I got to set the example of the kind of man that I want to be and the kind of dad and husband that I want to be. And so that's how I treat my wife and my children and other women. I'm going to that same respect. My mama wasn't going to let me call nobody ugly, not to the world. Now, in my own privacy, in my own home, or to their face, if me and them get into a situation, an argument, whatever, sometimes shit come out. I can't control it. Sometimes the co-hosts help me say some shit, you know what I mean? But anyway, she made it worse because she started addressing it. And she didn't address it in, I would say, a tactful, humble manner. She addressed it in a way that was kind of off-putting. You know, it was like she addressed it in a way like like no, oh no, I'm not ugly. I'm not ugly. Look at me. I got this. I look good. I got this. I got that. This is how I look. Look at my body. Look at this. Look at this. And look at that. And it's just like, you ain't gotta prove it, honey. You ain't gotta prove it. If people was calling you ugly just to call you ugly, just to fuck with you, just to be ignorant or mean to you, or whatever, then most people gonna know that, and most people gonna know that, and most people gonna form their opinion anyway. So you didn't have to get on your socials and address the people that was calling you ugly. You didn't have to get on your socials and address the people that was calling you Clarence. Like, you didn't have to do that. And I know people get on there and defend themselves. I know they want to defend themselves. I know somebody called me ugly, I would get on there and defend myself too. But it's the way you do it. It's the way you do it. I This is how I would defend myself. If somebody said, nigga, you ugly as shit, Tyrone, you ugly as shit, I would have said, okay, all right. You know what I mean? I'm ugly then. Whatever. You can think I'm ugly. Somebody think I'm pretty. Okay, I'm ugly. I'm ugly. I'm not handsome. Whatever. But like, look. My mama don't care about that. My sisters don't care about that. And I got a lot of children. I got a lot of children and a wife. So for me being ugly, I'm doing quite good with it. I'm doing quite good with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would defend my. I mean, I'm ugly. That's your opinion, but I'm doing good. I'm doing good with being ugly. And my dad always told me this was his major quote: "It's better to be ugly and know it than be ugly and don't know it." So I'll take that. I'll take that because people are entitled to opinion. People are entitled to not like the way I look, but for her to act like the way she was talking was like they weren't entitled to say that. It was like, oh, ain't no way I'm ugly. Ain't no way I'm ugly. And I'm sorry, but somebody's ugly to somebody. Everybody's ugly to somebody. Megan, good. Megan, real good. God bless her soul. But I know a few people that have said, hey, I don't like Megan Good. She ain't hot. Megan Good is ugly. I've heard people say that. My son, 13 years old, told me that Lisa Ray was ugly. Told me to my face, Lisa Ray, ugly. He don't like it. Okay, so it's to each his own, and that's all you gotta say. Hey, listen, people calling me ugly, to each his own, man. I'm not worried about that. You know what I mean? Because you act like you aren't bothered, but you bother like a motherfucker. Every time somebody says anything about you, you gotta go on Facebook, you gotta go on TikTok, you gotta go on your Instagram, you gotta go do interviews and address that shit. And it's like you got haters, and you keep fueling the fire. Every time a hater say something, you go in and you address it, and that what it leads to. It leads to more hate. The haters don't stop. The people that was calling you ugly didn't stop because you said you was pretty. They doubled down, bitch. Where? Bitch, where? First they was calling you ugly. It went from ugly. It went from clearance to bitch, where? Bitch, where? You were like, I'm cute. I look good. I look good. Bitch, where? That's what it went to. That's what it went to. You didn't stop the hate because you participated in it. All you had to do was say, hey, whoever think I'm ugly, that's fine. That's cool. Think I'm ugly. Give a fuck about you. My man like it. You know what I mean? A lot of bitches do that. A lot of bitches be like, hey, you're ugly. Or you be like, yo, you ain't got no titties. Body shaming. You ain't got no titties. You got a flat ass, whatever. Oh, what they do? My man like it. My man like it. Somebody hitting that. I mean, they don't care. And you gotta address it. Now, let's talk about the Remy Papoose thing. Yeah, you fucking ain't right. People are gonna hate on that. People are gonna hate on that relationship. People are gonna hate on that situation. People's gonna talk mad shit about you dating Papoose. It is gonna go crazy, and it did. And it did, and I knew it was. You know why I knew it was? Because I watched Love and Hip Hop. I watched Love and Hip Hop when Remy and Papoose was on there, and the whole storyline, the whole thing, their whole premise on that show was like, oh, Remy went to jail. 7 years. She was locked up 7 winters and 6 summers. You know what I mean? All of that shit that she was saying about her being in prison and being locked up, and Papoose holding her down, Papoose being her man, Papoose being her husband, Papoose loving on her, loving on her, loving on her, loving on her. And that's all they talked about. Remy was locked down. Papoose held her down, held the family down, this and this and that. Now they married. Now they doing black love, black love, black love, and everybody was looking up to him. The whole black community was married through them. A whole black community. And there was a lot of black people that was going to the altar because of Remy and Pat. Let's get married. Because of black love. Because of black love. We believed in it. They had a baby. Pat wanted a baby. Remy ain't want no damn baby. Remy's like, you know what? Black love. Let me pop this pussy and get that baby out. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? It was black love. It was perfect. It was everything. Even on the show when Rich Dollars was fucking around with different women, abusing women mentally. I don't know about physically, but mentally abusing women. Cisco mentally abusing women, dating different women. Peter Guns, what Peter Guns did to Tara and Amina, that shit was crazy, and everybody was like, y'all fucked up, y'all fucked up. And what did they go back to? Look at Remy and Pat. Look at Remy and Pat. All y'all niggas out here being dirty dick niggas, cheating and doing all kinds of dirty dick shit. Look at Remy and Pat. Look at Remy and Pat. We lived through Remy and Pat. Black love, black love, black love. And what happened? What happened? It exploded in our face. It exploded in our face. And I don't know who cheated first. I don't know the whole story if Pat was holding it down. I don't know if Pat was broke for real. And I don't know if Pat was writing Remy rhymes and all of that shit that's going on and all this stuff that's coming out with the boys. I don't care about none of that. The problem was that black love was destroyed and the whole image of the black love was destroyed and everything was fucked up. And you know what happened, Claressa? You made it worse for yourself and for Pat because we heard about Remy fucking with Easy, the block captain, right? And we heard about Pat putting hands on him. Pat put the paws on him, knocked him out, or whatever, and Remy was cheating. We heard about all that. And that died down. That went away. You know why it went away? Because Remy wasn't online talking about Easy the Block Captain. She wasn't online promoting it, pushing it out there. My man, all of that shit. Remy wasn't doing all that. Remy was kind of like keeping it cool. Pat was still living with her at the time. She was kind of like keeping it cool. Remy was trying to like mainly trying to hide it, trying to sweep it under the rug, trying to say it ain't so. Okay, and Easy wasn't doing nothing. He knew where his bread was buttered. Remy told Easy, shut the fuck up. My man, shut the fuck up. My man wasn't putting nothing out there. My man wasn't really saying nothing. And then, yeah, it came up in a couple of battle raps and shit like that. But for the most part, Remy and Easy was kind of chilling on it. You know? Because the people wanted to turn. The people turned on Remy too. The people was like, yo, Remy, what happened to black love? Bitch, you was cheating on Pat. People was turning on him. People was laughing and teasing Easy the Block Captain because supposedly Pat knocked him out. You know what I mean? It was bad. It was bad. And it could have stayed that way. But as soon as you come along and people start finding about y'all dating, you wanted to put that out there. You wanted to my man, and all of that shit. Now you don't want to deal with the backlash that comes with that. People were upset about black love being destroyed. And now you became the face of that destruction. You became the face of that destruction. And then the other thing about it is like, you wanted to be. You wanted to be the face of that destruction. I mean, you wanted to be in that limelight, and I get it. You happy with your new relationship. You want to deal with that man. You want to show everybody. You know, I want to show everybody. You know what I mean? You want the world to see and all that, but you gotta come with the scrutiny. And the thing is too, Pat wasn't done with his situation with Remy. Remy never said she was done with him. She never said nothing. So we looking at it now like Remy fucked on Easy the Block Captain. Pat knocked him out. We thought it was just a one-time, oh, she gonna fuck on him thing. We didn't know it was ending black love until Pat came out with you. You walking around with Pat, you claiming Pat, you going back and forth with Remy, you my man. That was the official ending of black love. That was the, oh shit, this shit over for real. Oh shit, Remy and Pat is done. Black love is over. And now it's like, oh no. And guess what? People was calling you the home wrecker, even though we knew about Remy fucking on Easy before you even came about. But you're the home wrecker. You're the one who destroyed black love. Is it fair? No, it ain't fair. You're not a home wrecker. You didn't destroy black love, but that's how it's perceived. And instead of you just falling back, just letting it happen, you want to address everything. And I'm just like, stop talking about it. Stop going online. Stop proving that Pap is your man. Stop doing all that because you're feeding fuel to the fire. And if these people are irrelevant, if these people are below you because how you talk and how you act, these people don't mean nothing to you, then why you keep addressing them? Why you keep answering everything they say? They called you a mistress and you was like, no, they just shouldn't have mistress. Called you ugly. They said Pap is still with Remy and you going on and on and on to prove that Pap ain't with Remy. You know what I mean? And then you going back and forth with her, and you trying to prove that Pap got money, and you trying to prove that Pap takes care of you and Pap loves you, and you got to prove that Pap's upstairs. Like, who gives a fuck? You going on and you doing your lives, and somebody go, where Pap Pooh at? Oh, he upstairs. Pap's upstairs. Pap's upstairs. We don't care if Pap's upstairs. You don't gotta address those people. They are asking you that question not because they care if Pap Pooh is there or not. They ask you that question because they don't think he's there. They don't think he's there. They don't think that your black love is real. They think that it's bullshit. They think that he using you using him. They think all of that crazy shit. And you is out here trying to prove yourself to irrelevant people. And it's kind of like it's getting on everybody's nerves for real. It's getting on everybody's nerves for real because it looks crazy. It looks crazy. And then it don't even look right. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you can't deny it. Claressa can't deny the fact that sometimes her and Pap don't look intimate as she try to act. Like, there's videos out there of her trying to get kisses from him. There's videos out there of her talking and Pap is kind of uninterested. There's videos out there of y'all doing interviews and they clearly talking to Papoose and you start talking and you don't let this man get words in. These people not making the criticism up. They're not making the criticisms up. The criticisms is in the videos that you keep trying to promote. And then the whole Louis Vuitton thing, like, I don't even understand the logic on that. You went to Louis Vuitton and you spent $30,000. Like, bitch, we don't care. People don't. That's not a flex on the internet. That's off-putting. That makes people think like, oh, she want to flaunt it in our face that she can spend $30,000 in Louis Vuitton. You know what I mean? It's not a flex. We know you got money. We know you got money. We know you're the GOAT. We see you on TV boxing. We see your change. You with Pat. You signed an $8 million deal. You're a famous person. We know that you got money. We assume you got money. So you posting that, oh, I spent 30 grand in Louis Vuitton, like, nobody gives a fuck. And then the post that Pap gifted you some Louis Vuitton, like, that's dumb. Like, listen. Listen. And I'm going to be clear that this is the reason why, like, people think like y'all relationship is fake or something's going on or you not reading the room or something like that. Because look, you had 30,000. And I keep acting like, I keep saying you because I'm acting like I'm talking to Claressa. Look, I'm not even talking to Claressa. I'm talking about her, but I keep saying you, and I keep saying it. I'm like giving her a lesson because you know what? I do kind of feel like I'm talking to her. Because I feel like she's 30 years old enough, and I talk to my kids, and I try to raise my kids right, you know what I mean? And I feel like, if I was her dad, these are the things I would say to her. I would sit her down and be like, look, you fueling the fire, baby. You got to chill out. You gotta understand where these people are coming from, and you not helping yourself by all the shit. But anyway, let me just put it like this though. Claressa did not read the room on that Louis Vuitton situation because it makes you look stupid. It makes Pap look stupid. It makes it look like y'all not communicating or something's going wrong in your relationship. Because hear me out. Nobody believes that Pat bought you that Louis Vuitton shit for Christmas because we clearly saw you in the video buying $30,000 worth of Louis Vuitton shit for yourself. So why would we not think that those Louis Vuitton shit that you're showing that you said Pat bought you for Christmas didn't come out of that $30,000 in Louis Vuitton shit you bought yourself? Now, let me play devil's advocate and say that no, that's not it. That's not it. She's not lying. That's not fake. Pat really did buy her that Louis Vuitton stuff for Christmas. Then where's the communication at? Where's the communication at? Because you said Pap's upstairs. Pap's my man. Pap's right with you. Y'all black love. Y'all this, y'all that. But he didn't know that you was going to Louis Vuitton. to spend $30,000 in there? Your man didn't know that? Didn't know that you said, hey, today I'm going to go to Louis and get me a whole bunch of Louis stuff. I'm going to take about 30 G's up in there and wild out. You didn't tell Pap that? Pap didn't know that? And we knew it. The whole world knew that you was in Louis Vuitton spending $30,000. And Papoose, your man did not know that shit? Are y'all talking? Do y'all have conversations? Where was he that day? Where was he that day? Because he wasn't with you. And the fact that he wasn't with you and he didn't even know what you was doing means that he wasn't available to talk to you. He ain't text. He ain't called. He ain't checked on you. Nothing. That's what that tells me. You know why that tells me that? Because if I'm dating a woman and I got a wife, a girlfriend, anything like that, and she tells me that she just spent $30,000 in the Louis Vuitton store, there's no way that a week later for Christmas, I'm going to buy her some Louis Vuitton shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. And even if I was intending on buying her some Louis Vuitton shit, even if she asked me for some Louis Vuitton shit, I would be like, bitch, is you stupid? Is you stupid? If you came home from Louis Vuitton, if you just spent $30,000 and I said, hey, baby, what you want for Christmas? And you said, ooh, I want some Louis Vuitton shit for Christmas. All right, man. Bitch, what? You just spent 30 grand in that store and you didn't get all the shit you wanted out of there? You still want more of Louis Vuitton? You spent $30,000 in that store yesterday. And you didn't get all the shit you wanted out of Louis Vuitton store. You got 30 grand worth of Louis Vuitton shit. And next week you want some more Louis Vuitton shit? Nah, get something else, baby. Get something else. You got enough Louis Vuitton. Okay, you want that big ass Louis Vuitton luggage bag? All right, look, we going to get that next time. We going to get that. Maybe we do that Valentine's Day. Because you just spent a bunch of Louis Vuitton. You got a bunch of new Louis shit that you probably ain't going to use within the next 2 weeks anyway. So let's wait on the bag. I'm going to get you something else. Or a real man, if Pat was all that, Pat got all that money, he would have got you the Louis Vuitton shit. And then we would have saw something else. There would have been something else because you got $30,000 worth of Louis Vuitton shit. Another Louis Vuitton bag don't sound that impressive. It don't seem impressive to us. You wanted to show the people so bad. You wanted to show all of us you got Louis Vuitton shit from Pat for your birthday. I mean, for Christmas. And we just saw you spend $30,000 on Louis Vuitton. So that's not impressive. So if I'm Pat and I'm thinking like, yo, she fucking up, he ain't looking out for you. He saw you fuck up. He saw you fuck up. He saw you spend 30 grand in Louis Vuitton. He knew you did it. He knew you posted it. He saw that fuck. So he could have had your back and said, hey, baby, you just spent 30 grand in Louis Vuitton. You just told me to buy you Louis Vuitton shit for Christmas. That's not going to be a good look. That's not going to be a good look. So here it is. I'm going to buy you Louis shit. You post that, but here I'm going to buy you another chain, or I'm going to buy you a necklace, or I'm going to buy you a car, or I'm going to buy you a new refrigerator. I'm going to put something else on top of that because this is not going to be a good look. Pat been in the media for years. Pat's a part of entertainment for years. He not hooking you up. He not having your back. Your man. Shit looks weird. Shit looks funny. Shit looks suspicious. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing you do, like I saw a video the other day of you, of Claressa. I keep saying you. But the other thing she does, I saw a video of Claressa the other day where she was like, I look good without makeup. And I don't know what the premise was, but she was like, oh, I know you women talk about women looking good without makeup, but y'all don't look like me. Y'all ain't me. I'm fine as fuck. I got cheekbones and I got high cheekbones. Look at my skin. I'm fine as fuck. And it's just like, no, honey, no. No, you not reading the room. People is calling you Clarence. People is calling you a man. People is saying that you ugly. You can't go from ugly to fine as fuck. Because if there's a realm, if there's a space, if there's a place for a lot of people to call you ugly, now I'm not saying you're ugly. You can be, if somebody's calling you ugly, if a lot of people are agreeing that you ugly, a lot of people are agreeing that you look kind of mannish. I'm not saying that you do, but what I'm saying is it don't go from ugly and looking like a man to fine as fuck. You can just be like, I ain't ugly, I'm cute, I look good, I look okay, whatever the case may be, but fine as fuck is a little bit egregious, man. a little bit egregious. Like, read the room. Like, come on, Claressa. I like you and all. I'm not trying to be smart, but you're fine as fuck, though. Fine as fuck. The fine as fuck is an echelon that's for a certain woman, you know, like a Rihanna. Maybe some people might say a Beyonce. For me, it's a Megan Good. You know what I'm saying? Megan Good, fine as fuck. Tessa Thompson starting to get there too. I see Tessa Thompson. I'm like, oh, I saw him and hers. I was looking at Tessa Thompson like, okay. Okay, you know what I mean? Valkyrie, I might take it down, take a little spin on it. You know what I mean? It was Halle Berry. Halle Berry, and for her age and what she doing, Stacey Dash can get it. You know what I'm saying? But these women that I'm talking about, Claressa, these are women that would never, ever be really called ugly. These are women that they called ugly is probably like two dudes. You know what I mean? Some old ass bum, hating ass bitch or something. It ain't a lot of people. It's not a lot of people that's going to call Halle Berry ugly. There's not a lot of people that's going to call these women that I named ugly. And they definitely not going to say none of them women look like a man. So your spectrum, your range, it's a little off. So you fueling the fire because now people was calling you ugly, and even the people that was like, nah, she not ugly, you know what I mean? Even the people that was considering it like, nah, she not ugly, she don't look that bad as everybody says, she kind of cute, she all right, especially with the makeup on, blah, blah, blah. And you said, without makeup, you fine as fuck. Fine as fuck without makeup. Come on now, read the room, bro. It's not that. Even if you feel that about yourself, I'm not knocking your confidence, but you can't say it. You can't say it. And then people go, oh, she can say what she wants. She knocks bitches out. Okay, whatever. That's another thing, too. You as a female professional boxer, and you talking about, oh, any bitch on the street, $100,000, I'll knock a bitch out on the street. Any bitch on the street thinks she can beat me, I bet $100,000, blah, blah, blah. Like, come on now. They know they can't beat you. This ain't that. You want to talk shit. You as a professional celebrity, whatever, people want to talk shit to you. But you trying to flaunt, oh, I'll put $100,000 up, I'll beat any bitch up. Like, that's not what people want to hear. Let them talk their shit. Why do they matter? If you so much better than them, you can beat them the fuck up. Let them talk their shit. But you off putting with that shit too. Because it's like, like, we already know a street bitch ain't gonna beat you up. We already know that. They know that too. That's why nobody took that shot. $100,000. Nobody took that challenge because nobody ain't stupid, bro. You thought that was a flex? No, it ain't a flex. You threatening. It's almost bullish. It's almost bullish to say that you want to fight people that you know you could beat, and they know you could beat them. It's almost bullish to me a little bit. That wasn't a flex. And the other thing that's kind of like a little bit pissing me off is that you want to talk about it. And then before I wrap this up, it's two more things. It's like this. I know boxers are supposed to be brash. I know boxers are supposed to talk that shit, Claressa, but you ain't reading the room neither because I've heard you plenty of times say, I put bitches on their backs. I put big bitches on their backs. I put bitches on their backs. I put bitches on their backs. And last I checked, you got 16 wins, only one knockout. Only one knockout. Layla Ali has a bunch of knockouts. I think Layla Ali's got like 17 knockouts. Like, she's got more knockouts than you have wins. Okay? Layla Ali is the one who puts bitches on their back. You don't put bitches on their back. You beat bitches up. You win decisions. But to be like, oh, I'll put you on your back. I'll put this bitch on her back. I'll put Layla Ali on her back. You don't put nobody on their back. You don't put nobody on their back, so stop saying that. Yeah, you can say I'll beat you the fuck up. Yeah, you can say I dominated that fight. Yeah, you can say nobody ain't got skills like me, whatever. You can say all that shit you want, but putting bitches on their back, I feel like if you say you're going to put a bitch on her back, that bitch need to be on her back sometime during the fight. At least once. She ain't got to be on her back at the end, but she got to go on her back at least sometime during the fight. You out there hitting with your best shot. Oh, you hit them with your best shot, and they not going down. Tells me you ain't got the strength that you talking about. You got the stamina, you got the skills, but you ain't got the strength, which brings me to my next point. You talking about you can beat men. You talking about you can beat men, and you might have the skill set. You might be better than them, but you do not have the power to beat a man. If you can't knock women out, I don't think you can hurt a man. I'm just being honest. That's just my opinion. If you don't have enough strength to knock women out, especially when you're hitting these women with your best shots and they not going down, I don't feel as though you could even hurt a man. That's just my opinion. And then I said it. Everybody was like, no, she right. She got more skills than some of these male boxers. She probably could outbox them. But look at the fact that that don't always work. Because, I mean, like I said, Paulie Malignaggi is out there. Paulie Malignaggi is the epitome of what you're talking about. When you're faster, when you got better skills, but you get in the ring with somebody who can take the punches that you give them and wear you down long enough and hurt you good enough that them skills and the speed and all that stuff that you got over them, they can negate it. Okay, and I'll give you a prime example. Paulie Malignaggi is a way better boxer than the Miguel Cotto. I don't care. Miguel Cotto is slow. He doesn't have the skill set that Paulie Malignaggi had, and yet he beat Paulie Malignaggi pretty good. Pretty good. And Paulie Malignaggi has lost fights against a lot of boxers that I felt like he was faster than. I felt like he was more skilled than, and he lost those fights because you gotta have the power. And in boxing, if you can't hurt your opponent, and they can hurt you, then there's a chance that when they take you to them deep waters, when you get out there in them deep waters, they will be able to drown your ass, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Yeah, you want to talk about you can beat Keith Thurman. Yeah, you can get in the ring with Keith Thurman. And yeah, you might look real good for rounds 1 through 7. You might look real good. You might be fucking Keith up. But you can't hurt that man. You can't hurt that man because you can't hurt women at that same weight. So, I mean, you can hurt them, but you can't knock out women at that same rate. And I feel like hurting a man is equivalent to knocking out a woman. That's how I feel. So, Keith Thurman round 7, get you with that body shot. Keith Thurman round 8, starts catching you a couple of times. By the 10th round, girl, all that work you put in was for nothing. You didn't hurt that man. He's still out there full stamina, full strength, full speed, full everything. And you was tired? And you done caught some shots that you ain't never felt before? Because I promise you, no woman has ever hit you hard as a man will in a boxing ring for real. You talking about sparring men, but we all know sparring ain't with intent to kill. Sparring ain't the same intensity as a fight for real. Sparring ain't your life on the line. Sparring is practice. But when you get one of those sparring ass dudes in the ring for real and say, hey, this is for money, this is about that dollars, this is about that livelihood, life is on the line, belts is on the line, reputation is on the line, shit. You're going to take one of them punches you ain't never felt before, and we might not never see you again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't appreciate you talking that shit about being able to, like, be the man. You know, even Jake Paul. I don't like the fact that you hating on Jake Paul. Even like Claressa, like she shouldn't be hating Jake Paul. He's done great things for women's boxing. He got him on Netflix, all women's card. He got Siriano and Katie Taylor paid like $8-9 million paid. He put Alicia Baumgartner in a 12-round, 3-minute fight on an undercard of his big fight with Anthony Joshua. Like, why you don't like this man? Why you don't think he's a good person? I mean, he's good for boxing. He's good for female boxing. He's good for your sport. He's good for you. And you want to hate on him and say you could beat him up in a boxing match. Why? Because he's promoting his fighters? Why? Because he said Katie Taylor is the GOAT? Why? Because he said Katie Taylor, Amanda Siriano, Alicia Baumgartner are more marketable and higher and better boxers than you? He's supposed to say that shit. The same way you spit your game and talk your shit. He's supposed to spit his game and talk his shit. He's promoting his fighters. And it's working. And I ain't saying that you got to get on Team MVP, but I'm saying, like, you might want to get down with the ball. And why would he have to take your call? Jake Paul is making money and promoting female boxers without even having to take a call from you, without even having to get any of his fighters to fight you at all. Maybe you're a little salty about that. Maybe you might be a little salty about that. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I just want to say that this beef between me and you ain't personal. I think that you're a great person. I think that you are you have a right to call yourself Luke Woke, even though I think it's Layla Ali, but I probably put you number 2. I probably put you second, and you have every right to be first because, like I said, you got a lot of accomplishments you could be proud of. You could take them. And I'm not saying that you're ugly, and I'm not saying that you're a homewrecker. I don't believe you're an ugly woman. I don't believe you're a fucking homewrecker. I don't believe that you and Pat got a fake relationship. I don't believe none of that shit. I ain't in the bedroom with y'all. I don't believe none of that. I don't believe that Alicia Bumgarner, Shadeja Green, and all these women can beat you in a fight or are better than you. I can say Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano put on better fights than you, but we won't know unless they get in the ring with you. So I'm not assuming that. What I'm saying is that you talk too much. That's my beef with you. That you talk too much and you are worried too much about the haters, and that's getting you in trouble. So I'm saying to you, Claressa, I'm saying, look, stop worrying about the haters so much. People are going to talk shit about you. You are a celebrity. You're in the limelight. You broke up Black Love, or people are blaming you for breaking up Black Love. You're with a man that's in the limelight. People are going to talk shit. People are going to hate, and most of the hate comes from the way you address the hate. So just chill out. Just fall back. You got money. You boxing. Focus on your career and just be a little bit quiet because you're not good at reading the room. You're not good at reading the room. You're not good at tech. You're not good at how you talk about what you're doing. So just calm down. Be a little bit more quieter. Stay out the limelight and stop worrying about the fucking haters. And I promise you, things will probably be better off for you because you're just saying the wrong shit at the wrong time. And with that being said, this episode is over. Because I'm done talking. And that's it. That's all. But no. Today's episode was brought to you today by Bigger Cook. Bigger Cook. And guess what? This is her shirt right here. This is her right here. She got little wolves in the glasses, wolf pack, all that. Bigger Cook. Say something. Hello. Hello. Yeah, hello. That's what she said. It says hello down the sleeve. Now look, this is the Bigger Cook exclusive sweatshirt. Y'all ain't getting one. Y'all ain't getting one. This shirt was made for me and for her. And that's it. We's the only two that's allowed to have them because we like that. She's my big homie over there. But anyway, listen. Go on Instagram, follow her Instagram, Bigger Cook. She's got a little bit of skit things. She does a little bit of dancing. She does a little bit of singing, and she does a whole lot of rapping. This girl maybe next, and you don't want to miss the boat. You don't want to miss the boat. You want to get on that boat. And remember who sent you to that boat, too. Remember, Listening Podcast sent you there. So remember this. Go on Instagram and type in Bigger Cook on your TikToks, your Facebook, and all that, and look up Bigger Cook. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. And you can ask her if you can get one of these. You can ask her if you can get one of these Bigger Cook exclusive sweatshirt, but you probably won't because you ain't me. And with that being said, what else? Okay, the sponsor, not the sponsor. You're not my sponsor. The co-host is here. Now listen, I want him to be my sponsor. So anybody who know anybody who work at 1800, work for 1800, got an uncle, cousin them, mama and them, daddy and them, cousin them, my uncle and them, cousin them, roach and them, daughter and them, anything in them that works for 1800, tell him he's here every week. And he wants you to want me to partner up so we can get some sponsorship going. And I'm telling you right now, if I get a sponsorship, y'all promote my videos, I can blow up. I'm not shit now, but with a sponsor and maybe a better studio with some sponsorship money, oh Lord, it would be endless. But anyway, 1800 was here, Coles was here, I'm here, Freddie's here, Decepticons is here, Kobe's here, the champ is here. Y'all see it? The champ is here. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Lisper Podcast. And I'm working on the introduction. For February. So come February, this show is going to have an introduction, and it's going to be performed by me, because I can rap. If you know, you know. And thank you for watching, and good evening. Oh shit.